up in a neighborhood in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania that now is the poorest neighborhood in all of Pennsylvania. It was very volatile, a lot of drugs. My father actually sold drugs, what he did for a living. But I remember my mother sitting in her room day in and day out, smoking cigarettes and getting to a point where she would have a fifth of Hennessy every single day. There was fighting, but there wasn't only just fighting in our house, there was fighting next door, there was fighting across the street over. Michi and I married, I thought couples fight. I thought families fight, but you just, that's what happens and you just get past it, you make up. But it was my belief because of the environment I come from. So I had to drop all of my belief system that was formed starting at the age of 2 and figure out what is a woman, what is a man, how am I supposed to treat a woman? Because I'd never seen that in a healthy way.
I grew up in a single parent household. My father, and I use that term loosely, was an abuser. He abused my mom. And I didn't grow up in a household with abuse, so to speak, because my mom was able to get away from that. I was molested when I was younger, at the age of 12. This is probably my first time ever saying this on an open forum. But to have not ever been able to trust a man, to have not known anybody that would be able to protect or provide, shaped me. I didn't know what it was for a man to love a woman. I also didn't know what it was to love a man because I didn't see it.
Seeing my parents argue or seeing others argue or seeing the dysfunction in my household and saying that's not right. I didn't know right, but I knew that wasn't right. There was this period of 5 or 6 years where my life was spinning out of control and I just didn't even know better. It wasn't until I got with Michi and we started seeking and starting surrounding ourselves with saints and the right people to pour into our lives and diving into the word and praying and meditating on the word where that clarity came.
So before I even had children, I wanted to help the next generation of my family better themselves. And in order to do that, I have to live my life by example and live my life the best way that I can and the best way that I know how. Now that we have children, it's a whole nother ballgame. Because not only am I responsible for helping them see Christ, I'm responsible for leading them up in Christ.
We need to break the cycle. So we went through this whole thing of bettering ourselves, bettering our marriage, bettering our communication. We just worked on it.
The covenant that Brandon and I made with each other and the covenant we made with God is that we will break the generational cycle in our family. We will take our marriage seriously. We will show each other grace. We will work through our struggles, and we will find purpose in our pain.
All right, just remember praying for 4 or 5 years. Father, help me break this cycle. I'm sitting on my knees and I'm praying, and I couldn't get any words out. And I just started laughing because in that moment, it was the first time I was able to say the cycle was broken.